France did it. This is a tag at the beginning of a video that I recorded earlier, because part of the nature of this channel that I'm doing here is I try to put up content as frequently as possible. And sometimes the problem is I have to record, for efficiency of time, I record 5 or 6 segments all in one sitting. And so by the time you see these videos, some of the news is already a couple days old. And I recorded one about France's parliament, which you're about to watch. So just so you know, I already know that they voted. I know what the results are, but you're going to watch this. And if you know what the results are, you're going to say, hey, this is dated. It's dated. So I'm just putting this tag on the front of this video. Now I'm going to do a magic trick here. I'm going to block the screen and we'll come back and we're going to go back in time and you're going to watch the rest of this video. Ready? 3, 2, 1, ding. Will war crimes be prosecuted? Will the Azerbaijani terrorist activities during this 45-day war be prosecuted on the world stage? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sovereign Artsakh, the channel where I, the random non-Armenian guy, is caring and dedicating time and energy to what's going on in Nagorno-Karabakh on the far side of the world. I believe that the hostilities can only end when statehood for Artsakh is recognized by the United States of America, by the European Union, by Russia. That has yet to happen, but it's on its way. I'm fully convinced of that. All right, I'm going to read coordination of legal processes on Azeri use of mercenaries discussed at Justice Ministry. I'm going to read this in a second, but first I'm going to read, it's starting to happen, the debates on recognition of Artsakh's independence to kick off in French Senate on November 25th. If you've watched any of my videos previously, you've seen that there are a number of French mayors of the cities throughout France that are petitioning their own government to recognize statehood for Artsakh. Statehood for Artsakh. And even Paris had agreed that they're going to discuss it, and now they are. They kicked it off, or it's, by the time you're watching this, it's in discussion in the government, in the parliament of France. And let's hope they come to the right conclusion. Yerevan, November 24th, Armed Press. The French Senate will discuss the resolution on the necessity to recognize the independence of Nagorno-Karabakh Republic, Artsakh, on November 25th. Citing the official website of the Senate. The resolution is authored by Bruno Retailleau, Patrick Connor, Hervé Marseille, Elian Assassi, and Guillaume Gontard. Butchering these names. On November 25th, the Senate will discuss the draft resolution which urges France to recognize Nagorno-Karabakh Republic. Only the independents can protect the rights and freedoms of the population of Nagorno-Karabakh for a lasting period who have encountered Turkey's Islamic expansionism. All right, so it's on its way. Let's move on. But before I do that, I'm going to draw your attention over to my other channel. I've got to do this every now and then. Some of you are new to this channel. I'm talking about current events, what's going on in the world over in Nagorno-Karabakh. But I have another channel that talks about the Armenian genocide. It's called Tales of Truth, and you can find it over here. Tales of Truth, you can see up here, there's this picture of this handsome young man named Sogomon Talerian. He's a hero of Armenians and should be a hero to all people. But if you go to this channel, you'll hear experts, legal experts, psychologists, historians talking about the Armenian genocide and other genocides, but how all of these things are connected to what's happening today. Go there, subscribe and share, and stay here and subscribe and share. All right, back to it. Not only, see, this looks like the last picture I showed. This is the French Parliament. And this is the Spanish Parliament. Spanish prime ministers at Congress of Deputies adopt motion on Nagorno-Karabakh. Now, they're not yet talking about recognizing statehood, but even Spain now is jumping in on this. The Congress of Deputies of Spain adopted lawmaker somebody's motion on behalf of the lower house of parliament, extends condolences to the families of the civilian and military victims of Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. The motion reaffirms Spain's deep friendly relations with the Armenian people, highlights the protection of Armenian culture and spiritual centers in territories which have come under Azeri control, the increase of European Union humanitarian aid volumes for the people of Nagorno-Karabakh if necessary, as well as the return of internally displaced persons and refugees to their places of residence. I'm just pointing this out because There are more people paying attention to it, and I just want to draw your attention. But this is really what this article or this clip is about. Coordination of legal processes on Azeri use of mercenaries discussed at Justice Ministry. Now, the sign of good things happening are if the legal proceedings move forward, because there were allegations of war crimes, terrorism, war crimes on the Azerbaijani side. And the Azerbaijanis are saying that the Armenians committed terrorism. So there has to be an objective investigation. Let's see what this article says. Justice Minister Rustam Badassian chaired a discussion on November 24th on the coordination of the national and foreign legal processes regarding the use of mercenaries by Turkey and Azerbaijan in the Artsakh War, the Justice Ministry said in a news release. The Deputy Prosecutor General, the Armenian representation before the ECHR, and representatives of the Committee of Investigations, the National Security Service, Central Bank, and the Human Rights Defender participated in the meeting. Issues related to the coordination of foreign legal processes and international legal mutual assistance were discussed. All right, so it's the discussion. If we see, and I'm going to be following this, I'm going to try and track this and see if there is movement forward in the legal realm, because the Armenian genocide occurred and no one was held accountable. Precisely because there was not an international legal effort to hold the perpetrators accountable. There was no such thing as a genocide convention. There was no such thing as the word genocide. All right, Raphael Lemkin and all that. You can go to my other channel and hear more history on those details. But we live in a different world today where the international community is paying attention, and there are international courts, and they need to weigh in on which side was committing actual terrorism and hold that side accountable. Even if Armenia had committed certain acts that were unscrupulous, it needs to be investigated and the appropriate consequences. I don't know what kind of power those international bodies have in actuality, but if it's investigated, then the truth will be out there and the general populace can decide. And when you have popular opinion based on actual research and information, truth, facts, and data, then the pressure can be applied to the governments. All right, that's it for this episode. Remember, share, subscribe, etc., etc.